What's up, guys? It's KingDaddyDMAC, and welcome back to another episode of Making It ModSauce. That's right. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty excited, pretty psyched. Over the weekend, we had another update. That's right, we had another update, and we got a bunch of cool stuff. We got one thing in particular that I have been looking forward to for probably over a month now, for a while, for a real long while, and that is an update to Ender IO. That's right, we got lots of cool stuff, and I think we're going to be messing around with a bit today. We got in, I'm not even on Ender IO. Let's just pull it up. Let's see, Ender IO. So in Ender IO, look at how fast that pulled up. I'm so happy. Bunch of new stuff, but one thing in particular, we have a bunch of new capacitor banks, and these, of course, they're used for holding all your bulk RF power. And it's pretty cool. They used to only have this type, which is being phased out. Notice that says, I think it says depreciated. These no longer have a crafting recipe. These held, 5 million RF. It was pretty neat. They're pretty good. That's what we've been using, but you can't make them anymore. However, added in, they have now a basic one. So this one's only 1 million, whereas this was 5 million. So there's a smaller one. The crafting recipe for this, it's much less, so you can get into this earlier into the game. It's pretty cheap. They have the normal level one, which is the same as what we're using. Cool. And is the double layered one. So now it just seems like it goes the basic. Those are the mid-level capacitors. And then the cool thing is they now added in one that's even higher, 25 million. So that's the equivalent. One of these blocks is the equivalent of 5 of those blocks. So basically that's going to mean we're going to be able to cut down our capacitor banks by 1/5 or by 4/5. So that's pretty cool. And as you know, we have a ton of capacitor banks. So we have right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we'd be able to, with just one capacitor bank, if they're still the same size, we're going to test that out today, but with just one of the new ones, it would be the equivalent of all those 4 plus one over there, which is pretty neat. Now these being huge multi-block structures are not that great on the server. Right now, as a single multi-block, it's one of the higher things using up CPU on the server, which we're always trying to make the server a better place. So I think today our main project is I want to rip out all these if possible, and then replace it with 1 or 2 max size of these new vibrant banks, which I think should be pretty cool. Should end up being the same thing, and I don't know. I haven't played with them yet. They may end up having other features that I'm not aware of. So, and there's a bunch of other stuff updated in the mod. We'll go through that as we go through, but I'd like to get into Ender IO for a bit. So once again, the basic level one, bam, let's take a look at it. Cool. And it looks just like the old one, and you're able to charge stuff up. Interesting. Configuration, input, output, disabled, or nothing. Very cool. Then notice this has an input and output of 1,000 RF per tick, but can hold up to 1 million. All right, neat. So the mid-level one, doing that is, again, just like the ones that we already had. Let's set that down, take a look. Looks pretty much identical. Cool. Now another neat feature I'm kind of happy about, kind of not happy about, is that if you take, this is one of our old depreciated capacitor banks, when we rip those out, you can update it to the new capacitor bank just by going like that. And now it's updated. So pretty neat. Let's see, when you put them together, now it does here, when they're apart, they could move 5,000. When you put 2 together, it can now move, it doubles, 10,000. Very cool. And then this is going to be what we're mostly making today. Boom, is these vibrant ones. Awesome. Those look so cool. And look at that, 25,000 RF a tick. That is not bad. That is not bad at all. So we're going to have to make a whole bunch of these. Now, the thing I was a little disappointed in is with a lot of mods, they're kind of modular, or you can, once you're done using the first level ones, you can take those and combine them to make the second level, kind of like with the solar panels. If you can remember, with these solar panels, I really like crafting recipes like this because in order to make the next tier, you got to use the tier before. So actually it starts off tier 1, and then the tier 1 can be used to make it tier 2, to then make it tier 3, and that way you're never being wasteful. Whereas with these recipes here, I can start off with the basic ones, but once I'm done with the basic ones, I can't use them to craft the next level ones. They're just junk. They're just junk. So I'm also a little interested. Maybe we can uncraft these, because that's what would be cool. Uncrafting table. Okay, my uncrafting table is not there. I think we have it over in our trophy room, which I think is over this way. Let's just see if those work. Some stuff work with the uncrafting table, some don't. Let's see. Here we go. Here's an uncrafting table. So let's see what these guys like. I also want to turn off my charger, because that may affect it when they have charge in them. So let's actually pull all the charge out of these. Just probably want to hurt. And it takes a while. Oh, look at that. It can't even charge it. And I think it's because this is requiring a higher RF per tick than that's able to handle. Maybe. That's my theory. Okay, so now it's empty. Now it's empty. What about these guys? Alright, and now it's empty. Maybe that one was going. It was just really slow. Yeah, I think it did do it. Okay. So now that we have that off, let's knock this guy out. Let's put down our uncrafting table. And the uncrafting table, this is from the Twilight Forest. Some items, if you put it in, you're able to uncraft in exchange for XP, which is super handy. Ooh, look at that. So this is an item. I wanted to craft it just to show you, but we're never going to use it. So we can actually get all of our materials back. That's cool. That makes me happy. So let's grab those. Let's see if these uncraft. Sweet. So that cost me 9 levels. Let's uncraft this one. So this may be the better option. If you're trying to upgrade, you can probably just uncraft, but you'll probably have to convert upward, because let's grab another of our old capacitor banks out. So look at how many. We have 2,000 of them. That's crazy. So let's take these ones. Well, those don't have a crafting recipe because the recipe was pulled out completely. So what you'll probably want to do is go like this, upgrade them all, then go in here, and then you should be able to uncraft them. But it's probably going to cost you a heck of a lot of XP. Yeah, look at that. And I think we're already running out of XP. But just a good little thing to know. Good little thing to know. But in any case, that's cool. Let's see. Now, that's the good thing, and this is what I want to get to crafting a bunch of. That's the good thing about the update. Now, one very, very negative thing about this update, and you may want to think twice about updating if you haven't already. Currently, there's a bug, and that is that with extra utilities, the extra utilities energy pipe in particular does not connect. So you can see, and this is how you can test it to find out what things it connects to. It does not connect to Ender IO, which makes me so angry. So angry. It's something that's going to get fixed. We know the problem. It's going to get fixed in the next update, which is probably going to happen later on this week, if not within the next day or two. Because you know I'm complaining about it like crazy. So it doesn't connect to any Ender IO. Even if it looks like it's connecting here in the back, like see right there, that pipe, it is working with the items. But when you connect the power one doesn't connect. So what that is basically telling me is that even though this is connecting, yes, it can move items in and out, the energy portion of this pipe is not working. So that's unfortunate. Now, the next unfortunate thing, none of them are connecting with Tesseracts. So that's going to be huge problems for a lot of people. Anywhere that we're doing wireless energy and we're trying to push energy into here, it's not working. An example of this over here at our tree farm, right now our tree farm isn't working. And this is another mod that isn't connecting with it. MFR does not connect with it. Normally this is how I'm powering basically everything at my base is with extra utilities. So anything that used extra utilities for MFR, for Ender IO, the energy portion does not work. Let's see for this guy. I think this guy does work. And I don't want to mess with the settings. Now, positive note, these nodes do work with it. So it's really bizarre to me. That's not connecting. And see, normally, and this was how I was sending fluid. The fluid to send my sludge is not working. However, any situations that you have like this, right now it doesn't visually look like it's connecting from this tesseract. This is getting power. It doesn't visually look like it's connecting, but it actually is. So you can pull out of a tesseract power. You just can't push anything into it. And that may be true with liquids and stuff too, but you can't put anything into it. So anyway, I put on a bunch of these Ender IO conduits, Ender energy conduits, and that's getting all of my power going just fine through our Ender IO. Now, it also, let's see, other things I was testing with. See, this is connecting here, and see, that is connecting there. So it does look like with thermal expansion it is working. However, back here when we look, let's see, these thermal expansion machines, not connecting. So pretty annoying. And I learned this a little bit the hard way. All this stuff, see, we're getting powered down, it's not refilling. So this will be a bug fix. This will be fixed in the next update within the next few days, if not sooner. So we know about it, we're working on it, and just to let you know, the same thing too, right here, I'm sending lava going into this tesseract. Then I had tesseracts on top. It wasn't sending this wasn't able to connect to the tesseract to send it through. So you may want to fix up a couple of your wires. I think what you can do, and notice like I did here, I can still pull out with my energy node and then switch over to a different conduit wire. You can probably do that. Like with fluid wires, I could probably take another type of fluid wire, just set it right there, and then everything would work fine. So temporary problem. Now, all of these thermal expansion machines right now are out of commission. So hopefully that won't affect our project today. But anyway, why don't we get on going with this? Let's craft up. Let's see what the max size of this is. The max size, I believe, for the previous capacitor banks, I did 13 by 11 by 3. 13, 11, 3. So I'm going to craft up as many as that is and see if the max size is the same or if that's changed. So see you right back. All right, welcome back, welcome back. So it's been about 10 minutes. I decided to craft up, I think it's 429 is equal to that capacitor bank size that I told you before. So I did 450, I asked it to craft. And look at this, I already had a ton of stuff pre-crafted for this as well. And it's only gone down by, it's only made 9 of them. Only 9 in like 10 minutes probably. So we really need to beef up our Ender IO system. I mean, currently this system that I have here, it's capable of crafting, auto crafting, basically everything in Ender IO, everything in the mod. Which I don't have pulled up right now, but I think we can make this much faster. All right, guys, so things are looking pretty good. I made a few tweaks. We've got now over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Room for 8 more channels, and this will be able to do quite a few machines. I think that, what is that? 32 machines probably? Is that right? I think so. 8 times 4, that's 32, right? Anywho, I ran out of interfaces, and I went to go craft up some more ME interfaces. And here's what I noticed. ME interface, nothing. I'm like, what? What's going on here? So then I went and I checked over here in our assemblers. That seems kind of low. I thought we had like, what was it, 196, or was it like 2 something? So something seems to be messed up. When I first logged on the server, I noticed over here, first of all, this AE channel wasn't linked up. And it seemed like the P2P channel messed up. I thought, oh, it must have got knocked off or something. But then as I do more investigating, I'm finding quite a few P2P channels that are not linked up. Now, here's my thought. It's possible it could be a bug. It's possible. But if it was a bug, you'd think they'd all do that, not just some of them. So I'm thinking someone probably paid us a visit. I suppose this also could have happened as long ago as the World Tour when we had all sorts of people over. And it's not hard to mess up a single P2P channel. Let's see, this will take us up. But look back here. So all these ones are fine. I've got signals going through all those, but then see these two? These are not linked up, and it says here device online, but it doesn't actually seem like it's online. So I'm thinking that either there, or else even more likely, let's just see where those two. So this is on the pink wire. Thank God I'm so organized with this now. We're on the pink wire and then blue and light blue. So let's see where that matches up over here. And we have the pink wire. So the pink going out, and look at blue and light blue right there. So what I'm asking you guys is, do any of you in this last update, did you have a problem with P2P channels all of a sudden not recognizing each other? Or more likely someone came over to the base, was just, I'm sure it wasn't malicious, they were just trying to understand what was going on, because they go, oh, DMAC, he knows what he's doing, check out his stuff. So they go check it out and by mistake knock off the wire. And of course the P2P tunnels, if you knock them off, they're unprogrammed and I have to go reprogram it. And they probably don't even know that. So anyway, let me know. We'll find out. I'm hoping that it was a person and not a bug. Because if it's a bug, who knows? That's going to be very bad. So anyway, we're just to fix these. We have the light blue first. So we're going to shift, right click, save settings. Let's go over to the light blue, and they should fix it. It should fix it just fine. Let's go to the light blue. So now we're not going to hold shift. We're just going to right click, and that's the output. Loaded the settings. Let's give it a second, and we should see all of a sudden a bunch of wires click on. Sometimes it takes a minute. So you know what? When we come back, that should hopefully be fixed. Let's now do the other blue, the other blue, the other blue. And you always start with the one. I've done this hundreds of times throughout the LP. Yep, and you can see, look at already over on this side, see, you've got all the signals. Oh man, so it's like an hour later. An hour later, I have all the machines put in place, but I was going to wire them all up. And this is a little more difficult. Basically what we got to do, we got to put an AE wire going into the back of each one. We then got to power each one, and then we also got to have an output for them to spit their items into. Now, yes, each of these machines do have in their configuration, you can do, if you wanted to, push and pull, which ideally would be great because we could push and pull out of that ME interface. However, I found that just from testing myself, when I was doing it over here, what will happen is sometimes, let's say this machine, when it's running, it will receive everything it needs, then it will spit back out, back into this interface. Now, sometimes one of these other two machines, if they're not filled up, they will, the items that this machine spits back, they'll actually grab out, and then it will get some mismatching recipe, which is not good. So kind of stinks. You can't really use that function. And if you notice from the back here, what I did to fix that was I just had a different thing, had extra utilities pulling out of each and then spitting into this interface over here instead. So it ends up being like a thermal expansion machine or any other type of machine where it doesn't have the push and pull. So that's annoying. Hopefully that situation gets resolved eventually, but that's been a thing for a while now. In any case, I crashed the server and it was down for about an hour, and this is how I crashed it. So since right now the extra utilities isn't working for energy, we can't use those wires because we can't afford to fit two different wires onto the back. We have to have a wire for pulling items and energy all in the same thing. And ideally, if we could get AE done as well, that would be great. So anyway, here's the energy wire. And I was playing around with this. I've never really used Ender IO just because I didn't like it as much. It lowers the frame rate a little bit just because everything's so fancy, and of course it's going to rain right now. You jerk. It's going to be night, though. I'll sleep in a second. But anyway, this is all in a single block. You're able to combine the wires. So that's pretty cool. Here we have energy and items. Now, here's where the server crash happened. I noticed the new ME conduits. They're a thing now. You can craft them. They're craftable, which is super cool. So I crafted them up, set it down, and bam, server crash. Super sucks. And that would have been awesome because we would have been able to get the EE, the power, and the items all in a single wire. But that's unfortunately not a thing yet. Now, apparently the fix is going to be if we update our version of applied energistics in the pack. So that's going to be another thing on the list. Hopefully we can get it done in the update soon. We'll see. But this is super cool. This should be good enough. We should be able to fit these 2 wires on. And the Yeti wrench, by the way, that I'm using right now, that's the ideal wrench. That's the wrench from Ender.io. It's super cool. We'll take a look at what it does in just a second. Just waiting for that night to come so I can sleep. But anyway, so right here we have in the back, we have all those wires. And we don't have a lot of room. So this is why we have to be so tight. So here I can do the items and the energy together. Then I can probably link them up together to here, and then I can link these guys in like such. Yep, that goes all the way around. So that's cool. So this is only going to take up this block space right here, and it should be able to fit in with those now, all in this one block space. And then I can put micro blocks in between any spaces that it conflicts. Now here's where fitting in the AE would have been great. We're going to use brown for the signal for all this, because we would have been able to just wire this pipe over and I could have done an AE wire right to there. But unfortunately it doesn't work, so that means we're going to have to go 2 out. And it may conflict with the wiring for all of our mechanism stuff. So we'll see. I'll try to make it work. The other option is I could knock out of the walls here, like in all the corner spaces, and then I could have like on there and there, and here, just put like an ender chest or something like that. That would take care of the items. On the other 2 diagonals, I could just have it going. That would take care of the power. On there, and there, those 2 diagonals. And then the only wiring in the back, it would be pretty simple. So that could be a thing. And then we could maybe cover it up with microblocks. So we'll see where that goes. We'll see which one of those become a thing. But man, I miss my extra utilities. I miss it just because it's really, in my opinion, it's a lot cheaper. These are not cheap wires. I know these are the top level one, but they're not cheap to make. Not by any means. Got to do that. You got to do that. Got to do that. So it's a little bit more of a process, but we'll get it to work. We're coming along. I'm going to get it figured out how I want to do the wiring. We'll come back, take a look, and hopefully the server doesn't crash again. Oh man, so I got everything done. I got them all configured. I was starting to think maybe you don't have to configure them if you have the like wires configured to pull and push. So we'll find out. Half of these were ones that I've crafted previously, so we didn't have any type of capacitors in them. But I'm going to get them all upgraded. These are the automatic capacitors, which are the top level ones. Those ones all have it. So it will make everything go the fastest. So I'm just getting all those in. We're going to do a test first to find out whether we need the speed upgrades or not. If we can avoid using speed upgrades, of course, anytime you can avoid speed upgrades is a good thing. And I'm thinking we might be able to, because these machines really are not that fast. And if we do need them, I'm hoping that we can just do it on the output maybe. I really don't know. I haven't played with Ender.io wires, like, more than doing them for, like, a couple spaces, a couple blocks, when, like, it was only because no other wire worked. And you know I always love extra utilities first. So we have now all of these guys in. These guys are not cheap. Not cheap. It's all good. Okay, so I guess this is kind of the moment of truth, whether this works or not. The AE's all in. The wire showed up. If we go down here, we can see we're adding on 8 more channels, and this still has plenty free. So it's only using 23 channels. Oh man, please work. Please work. So, I guess to test this out, what we'd want to do is do our banks. Capacitor bank, vibrant. Look at that, 212 already. So let's craft up another 30 of those and see what happens. Start. All right, you can see it went on. So that one's working. It looks like it's working. Bam. And is it just not requesting anything else for the craft? Let's just see what's going on. So everything else is stored. All right, because that's not doing what I wanted to do, which is demonstrate. Let's go. I'm going to end up canceling this craft. But let's just do this because I know I don't have enough material. Look at all that electrical steel I have. All right, we're going to have to do more. Let's see, banks, let's say 1,000. All right, here we go. Now it's going to craft everything, including other stuff. All right, so let's just see what happens. So start. All right, cool. Everything, almost everything's going on. Sweet. That's going on, that's going on. We have, I can't believe we have enough electrical steel for that. Why is it not? There's probably a previous step for the electrical steel. Because that's scheduled. What else is it trying to do first? Oh man, 11,000 scheduled? That is so nuts, guys. That is so nuts. Oh man. This is awesome that this is working. And of course, none of those patterns are needed. Now, are these accumulating? It seems like it's keeping up fast enough to dump them. Can we sneak in to see that? It looks like it's going fast enough, guys. I don't see anything bottlenecking. Yeah, it looks good without any upgrades or anything. Sweet. All right, so let's cancel this craft. I'm going to do a couple more playing around with it because I don't want it going too nuts. But let's see, banks. So our whole goal was we need 200, was it? I think it was 229, something like that. So we'll get the rest of these done up. Let's just craft 100. And yeah, I'll see you back when that finishes. Sweet. All right, guys, I am super duper psyched. All of our capacitor banks have finished. Unfortunately, I sat here and waited for the sun to go down so I could sleep, and it's a blood moon, and we're not tired. I hate that. So one annoying thing, we got to figure out what blood moons do. You guys, a couple episodes back, I asked, and you guys told me there's a bunch of cool things that you can do during a blood moon, but we got to get into that soon. In any case, let's try and deal with it. Yes, everything's going to look funny for a little bit. But anyway, capacitor banks. We got it. It's actually 429 that I need to complete the set. But that's sweet. So we got all those. Let's go set them up. In fact, I'm going to wait till after blood moons there to set them up. But I moved all of my patterns from over here out. So we can now remove all this Ender IO stuff. Don't need it. Don't need it. Free up space. Make everything look all pretty now. Oh, I'm so happy to be able to remove all this junk. We're slowly getting there because once we move all this junk, we can move on with our base. But this was just something that was really ugly going on for a long time. It was always meant to be a temporary setup, but let's get all these AE things out. Sweet! And let's start to remove what we originally set out to do today. The capacitor banks. I can't believe we went through all the shenanigans. It's definitely worth it though. Absolutely, definitely. Without a doubt. So I'll see you when this blood moon goes away. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Finally the blood moon went away. That took forever. Alright, so let's get our vibrant stuffy out. Cool. Let's head over. I am super excited about doing this. I'm almost thinking that maybe we should set this up in a different place because I'd like to drain all the power out. I feel kind of bad to like just delete it. I don't know. It would be best, though, if we could continue this here. So we're going to do the exact same size. I don't know, guys. All right. I'm thinking I'm probably... It's going to be a lot of moving. It's going to be a lot of moving. I don't know. Maybe we should set up a new one. We'll set up a new one, see how we like it, and if we're going to keep it. Where are we going to have this? All right, guys. You ready for it? You ready for it? This should be cool. I put in the first row of the vibrant capacitor, which is very nice, very nice. And I removed our old bottom one. So here's all of our new one. Hopefully we should be able to just lay this in with the builder's wand. And I want to try and avoid wasting any power. So yes, it does. Oh, nuts. I think, can we do it like this? Yes, we can do it like this. Awesome. So you have to hold shift with the builder's wand. Otherwise, you'll end up looking into the inventory of the capacitor bank. All right, so far it's going up. We haven't hit the max size yet. Yep, still going up, still going up. This should be the last one. 827. Oh, yeah, we didn't hit it yet. Sorry, I thought I was at the max size. Nope. All right, let's keep on going. Boom, boom. That should be where the max size is. 1050, 1075. All right, so any bigger and it will be bigger than what the max size. And I don't like this, how it's doing it like that. The configuration doesn't make it the entire block. Okay. Now if I add on to this, is the multi-block going to get bigger? See? You can see it still went bigger. 10,750. Oh, it is a bigger Holy crud! It can be even bigger than what the other one was. I think. Alright, so if that's the case... Oh, I really don't want to mess with it that much. Okay, I'm going to drain all this energy out of these other ones first. And then we're going to come back and we're going to see what the real max size of this is. Man, this thing is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I've been able to fit all the power. I drained it all out into here. And it's sucking out fast because we're not pushing any new power gen in. Right now, I have a Tesseract coming from this one. For whatever reason, it's not interacting with it. So I'm having problems sucking it out. That's fine. No biggie. Let's remove that. I want to hurry up and try and test this to see how much bigger we can make it. There may not be a max size, or maybe we just haven't reached the max size yet. All right, so we have all that disabled. It is kind of weird for that configuration, but let's just dump all these out. These are all the empty capacitor banks that were powering KingCo amongst so many other things on the server. But let's just grab the final ones. Oh, where are they? Where'd I put them? I thought I put them in there. Oh no! Where'd I put them? Those are all the depreciated. I still got to drain the power out of those. Did I stick them in here? Did I already put... Oh no, that's right. I took them. I put them in here. So they'd be safe. Alright, let's see how many more I can add on. So... 10, 725. 10, 750. Oh man, it just keeps going up. That's insane. Wait, did it 875? Oh man. We are way over 9,000. We are, oh man, that's RF per tick. And right now it's telling me that I have a net negative, it looks like. It's actually smart enough to know. Look at that, 11,000. All right, I'm just going to lay in a whole bunch. Let's lay them all in and see if it keeps on going up. Oh, man. This is crazy. All right, final two. So, and then I'll have to craft more. It goes up. Oh, man, what is the max on this? This is nutballs. All right, we got to start putting in power, though, because we are just pulling it out so quickly. Oh, man, it's nuts. I almost feel like we should start setting up a separate capacitor bank. Now, it does look like this might be a little bit more annoying to config. It doesn't... Okay, so we got to do input for each one of those. Input. Input. Be nice. That's where the other one was way nicer. Alright, so I think... Let me just put on the solars. We'll work on making this bigger now that I know you can. Oh, man! This is going to be monstrous! And it's still going to be better for the server than what the old one was. Oh, baby. Oop, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Oh, baby. So, I finished it. I'm still going to probably try and make it bigger. It's now 4 tall, and look at that. Over 14 billion. I can't believe it. 14 billion, 300 million in that. It's nuts. And I still have more solar panels that I got to put on it. So we're going to make this bigger. We're going to keep on pushing it up to, I'm not going to try doing any bigger than a single chunk. And I probably won't go any taller, but we're going to keep on trying pushing it over. These things are so expensive and take so long, even with their new Ender.io factory. I'll have to figure ways to make that factory bigger, but that's crazy. And it's already full. It's already full. I ripped out every other capacitor bank. It's nuts. And this thing... There's probably, look at this, just so many that it replaced. It's nutballs. It's nutballs. In fact, these are just the capacitors from over there. It's crazy. It's crazy. But guys, I hope you enjoyed. This seems like it's way better on the server too. Definitely way better. I'm thinking that it's just not the same type of multi-block. Like, it's still a multi-block visually, but it doesn't like lag out when you try and just break one block off. Also, another cool feature, if you just with an open hand, shift right click, you can put wherever you want those things, and then you can shift, if you want differently, you can see how much RF in or out or what's going on. It's super cool. I dig it. I dig it a lot. Ender.io, man, you did a great job. So, anyway, let me know if there is a max size. I'm really not sure. And help me out with any other tips or tricks from stuff in the video. Oh man, I love it. I've been waiting for this for so long. So hopefully Jassassin gets everything updated very soon. Sorry, my girlfriend is calling. So yes, please remember to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Help me out in the comments. And as always, peace out. Peace out.